Welcome viewers to a brand new series, Stellaris. For now, this will be an experimental series. I don't really foresee this series lasting very long, partially because of how difficult I'm going to crank the game up to. But anyway, Stellaris. This game is what's known as a grand strategy game, which makes it quite different from the past games I've covered on my channel, such as XCOM and Mordheim. This is not a turn-based game in the slightest. It's a grand strategy, which is kind of like the mix between 4X games like Civilization and real-time strategy games like Sins. And the fact that it's in space often draws parallels between this game and Sins of the Solar Empire, which is another real-time strategy game I've played previously, but I haven't really played much these days. But that's kind of irrelevant. The point is, it's kind of a cross between the two genres. It's basically real-time with the time span of a 4X game. And I think this game is amazing with a lot of potential, and I think it's actually better than XCOM 2, sadly. I mean, I was so hyped up about XCOM 2 at the start of the year, but that's how it goes. Anyway, though, I think let's try to just play a game, and I'll probably explain things as we go. Like I said, I don't think this game is going to last too long anyway, because I have a tendency of failing on the hard difficulties. So, I'm going to use this pre-made one that I've made, well, previously myself, because internet loves cats, and we are currently on YouTube, which is the internet, so here's a cat race. Kingdom of Feliformia. Don't ask. I will probably go through this very quickly. I won't expect anything in too much detail though, because there's a lot to this game and it's very detailed. So if I try to deviants, adaptive, rapid breeders, nomadic, and solitary. Yes, rapid breeders don't make too much sense with cats, but the rest kind of does. The more point of this is that I think these traits are good, and that's about it. I'm not going to go into too much detail. My ethics and government is spiritualist and individualist, and my government type is a theocratic republic. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail. If you want, you can ask me, and I can possibly make another video explaining the details of this particular race. Starting weapons, projectiles, FTL method is wormhole, because I love wormhole. I've tried warp travel, I've tried hyperspace, but then I tried wormhole, I just fell in love with it. And ship appearance is just doesn't really matter too much, it's just skins pretty much. So let's go back and let's select this game. I'm going to create... Let's go ahead and do a huge galaxy, because why not? Spiral forearms, crank the number of AI empires up. That is fine, that's fine. I personally like having more worlds habitable, so 150% is nice. Normal, I'm going to crank this to insane, which, like I said, is probably going to mean this game's not going to last very long. In fact, I failed every single insane start I have done on Iron Man, which we're definitely turning on. In-game prices, cool. Empire placement, that's fine. Advanced sabers, that's fine. I imagine this will probably fail pretty quickly. Just getting past the early game is a challenge, for several reasons. So, Kingdom of Feliformia. Let's begin. First up, select some researchers. So I'm going to select... let's get power plants 2, so we can get more power, if that makes any sense. The way this works is that there's a whole bunch of researchers you could possibly have, just under either society, physics, or engineering. And what the game does, every time you are in position to choose a new research topic to research, is it gives you 3 out of that massive list. And you pick one, and once you're done researching that, you get to pick 3 out of a new massive list, which will include anything that happened to have the other one as a prerequisite. If that makes any sense. So here I'm going to go for nanomechanics to unlock engineering facility, and here I'm going to go for New World Protocol to unlock colony ships. Now, I haven't actually watched any Let's Plays of other people playing this game, so do let me know if you've got any suggestions of how I should be doing this. Now, let's actually get started doing some stuff. So, research, we have these people here. Let's have a look at who's actually doing the research. For those who haven't seen this game before, this may be very, very confusing. Try to dumb down things as much as possible. So you, Spark of Genius, that's great. You have Biology, that's nice. That's nice. Who is on my Science ship? Science ship is for scouting the universe. If I show you, this is, well, not the universe, the galaxy. And this is where we are in the galaxy. And for those who play Sins, you'll be familiar with this idea of these are neighboring clusters, solar systems, if you will. And the way wormholes work is that, see this dotted yellow line or dash yellow line? This represents how far I can get using my wormhole systems. Wormhole is fun. I'm trying to come up with words to describe it, but let's just say wormhole is fun because you can go from here to any of these places without having to go to anywhere in between instantly. It's cool like that. But anyway, science ship. You have survey speed, that's nice. So what you're going to do for me is you're going to survey this system. And I'm going to number you. Oh, you're in number 3. That's cool. That's actually one of the changes in recent patches. You are a construction ship. You have nothing to do, so you can stay here. You are going to be my forward scouts. So I'm going to split you up into... just have one, actually. I'm not going to have more than one. The other 2 can stay where they are. And you can be the scout group. In fact, let's call you that. So I'm going to name you Scout Fleet. Reason for this is sometimes there are aggressive aliens on random solar systems, and you don't know if they're there before you jump to there. And if you jump into there and they happen to be right next to where you land, your ship is going to be a goner. So it's better to lose 1 corvette than lose all my corvettes. I only have 3 to begin with. So you can go to, let's say, here, it's kind of like waypointing, and what I'm simply doing here is finding out if there's aggressive aliens in these systems. Now, the downside of wormholes is that only 1 ship can go through at a time, so there's not much point having more than 1 fleet doing this, because I only have 1 wormhole. Wormhole generator to be precise. So just go to all these systems for now. In fact, let's just be complete. It's kind of pointless. And you can see here, I can't go to here because out of range of the wormhole station. I currently have 1 wormhole station, like I said, in my system of Golden Glow. Okay, so back to our planet, and there's a lot to this game. That's why I'm trying to not go into too much detail. Let me know if you want me to change my style of how I'm doing this Let's Play, because I actually don't really have much clue how other people do it. So here what I'm going to do is... oh, this is actually kind of terrible. What's your specialty? More research. That's nice. What I really want is to get some production going, which is called minerals. There's 3 resources in this game. Power, or energy credits. Minerals, which is where you use to build things. And influence, which is where you use to do certain special things and build certain things as well. So I'm going to build a mining network over here. Yes. Cool. And I think that's all I can do for... oh, that's not true. I can also here, I can build another science ship. Okay, let's go. So what you see now is the game is pausable anytime, which is nice, unlike other real-time strategy games. And that kind of makes this game more similar to not real-time strategy, turn-based strategy games like XCOM, like I'm used to, and other 4X games, really. So what's happening right now is this little science ship is going around surveying every single planet in my current system. And what happens when we survey a planet is it can reveal its potential resources, amongst other things, including anomalies, which are kind of like special random events. You can kind of compare them to, what do they call it again, villages back in Civ 5. Of course, these random events in this game are potentially dangerous as well. Kind of just like villages in Civ 5. I know I've never done a Civ 5 series, but I have played Civ 5 quite a bit previously. Although I never played it like online or competitive, I tend to avoid online things for the most part. That thing with Valek, with the multiplayer, with XCOM 2 was kind of like a one-off. Okay, so Spaceport has completed a second science ship. Excellent. So I'm going to, what's number 2? You're number 2, huh? Okay, that's not very useful. I'm going to make this science ship number 2, and make this science ship number 3. Here I'm going to hire a new scientist. So scientists are leaders. You can only have 10 leaders at any given point. Leaders can be a governor, a scientist, an admiral, or a general. And for now... wait a second, what am I researching? Okay, can I possibly hire someone who's industrial? Industrial or New Worlds? Because that'll be potentially useful. So, recruit. Nope, and nope, that's a shame. I think I'm just going to pick younger one. Let's say pick you. So simply what's happening here is that I need a new leader because science ships need a leader. And the reason I was looking at the perks is that every single leader comes with certain perks and you want the ones which are most beneficial to your current situation. So what I'm going to do is have this science ship. So you can see here you have gone to here already, and I'm going to have this science ship go and survey here. The reason I'm not waypointing all these apologies, the reason I'm not waypointing all these systems for the 2 science ships is, for one thing, it takes ages to survey a system, kind of, and for second thing, I want to make sure the system is safe first, hence why I have the scout fleet scouting out all these systems. So now just wait for more things to happen. I can speed things up like this, and things will happen slightly faster. And you can see here, up the top right here, the time is in days and months, Earth day and months. Yes, we are that arrogant to label the galaxy down to Earth day, month, and years. I mean, I guess it's the only thing we can really relate to. Anyway, the point is, we are pretty much waiting for the scout ships to go and find stuff. So there's not much to it. I think what's going to happen next is you are going to go survey this system, want to down with the system. Oh, and speaking of which, we have power here in Mani Din. Okay, so what I could do is get a construction ship to come over here and build a mining station on it. Damn, that's expensive. What's my leader's special trait? Extra food, extra happiness. That's slightly annoying. I prefer if my leader had a trait of mines are cheaper, because that makes a big difference early game. I'm not going to bother building a mine on here, a mining station, because it costs 90 and it gives me very little benefit. I do not need extra energy credits right now, I need extra minerals. So what I'm going to do is keep waiting a little longer. Let's speed things up a little bit, and we'll wait for things to happen. Okay, I think you've been to here already, and you've just been to there, so once you're done with here, ooh, that's slightly useful, come to over here, and then you can go and survey this system.
Construction complete.
Okay, so we have completed the mine here on Nico. So what I'm going to do is take one of these people off whatever they're doing. Let's say probably food, because we got more than enough food. You come over here, you can go over there. Cool. And what I could do is build another mine over here. Now these mines will be replaced later on, but in the early game, having extra minerals is incredibly important. So I'm going to build a second mining network right over here. And I believe our population is growing, although not that fast. What I'll probably do is take someone off power next. Maybe. We'll see. Let's keep going.
System survey complete.
Okay, we've completed surveying here for 4. Now the question is, do I want to build a research station over this or not? Yeah, let's go ahead and totally not do it. Okay, go enter orbit over here. You can go from there. By the time you get there, I'm sure we'll have enough minerals to build stuff. You can see here,
anomaly found.
Minerals is big as ball egg in early game. Anyway, anomaly. So anomaly is what happens when your scientists survey systems, and sometimes they come with anomaly. Anomaly, you can see here, has a risk of failing. So 50% risk is a dumb idea. So what I'm going to do is leave it for now, and I can always come back to this later. If it was like, 20%, I might go for it. 20% of failure. But 50% is just ridiculously high. I mean, sure, the reward could be decent, but what I could simply do is wait for my scientists to level up slightly, and once they level up slightly more, they'll have much lower chances of failure, and that'll be a good thing. And naturally, success is just the inverse of that. So 50% failure is 50% success, 20% failure is 80% success. Primary school maths. Basic addition and subtraction. Okay, let's speed things up a little bit. Ooh, there's another power place in golden glow, which is really unfortunate. So far, this game is not going in our favor, because ideally what happens in the early game is you get a whole bunch of mineral planets in your starting systems. As it is, we're not getting much at all. Oh well, we'll try to make up for it by building mines over on Nico, which is our home planet. Now as we explore, we will encounter other civilizations. As you may recall, there are 41 other civilizations out there. There's also an early game event. Ooh, speaking of other civilizations, we found one already. Possibly. No, what the heck is this? Oh, interesting. So this is something they added in, I think, version 1.3. So this thing, I suspect, might be a cultural station. So I think it's called Enclave? Yeah, Enclave, I think is the word they used. I think it might be a cultural enclave or something along those lines. Artist enclave or something. Not particularly useful right now. Okay, that's good. I see this. Oh, yes. Okay, construction ship, come back. You're not going over there anymore. You're coming over here to build mine. That's what I'll be waiting for. Okay, that's excellent. It's just a shame that the little science ship decided to go this route first rather than coming over here first. But yeah, that thing is an enclave. It's like a third-party thing which gives you services, if that makes any sense whatsoever. For now, it's relevant. Okay, here are some aggressive aliens. And fortunately, they are not close to where we jumped in. So I can forget the fact that they exist, right? Right, now come towards us. Xeno scum. I think these ones patrol around the galaxy, so hopefully they don't come towards us. That will be potentially nasty. Or if they stay here, we'll just ignore this planet for now, or the system for now. Besides, this planet is terrible. It's an alpine world. Us cats hate the alpines. Alpine is like mountainous. Anyway, what are you doing? You are still trying to go and build mining station on that mineral rock. What's it even called? Torovale. Sure, it's a barren world. You have found under research. Sure, you do that. We'll probably colonize this at some point anyway. Probably. How's this place going? Okay. It's about to be finished in how long? 93%, 94%. Taking this time. Let's speed things up a little bit. Okay, good. There's another mineral rock over there.
Complete.
Cool. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to take off someone who is generating power. Say you. You can go over there. And what I'm going to do is, we currently have negative energy generation. That is fine. Well, after I finish building this, I'm going to send you over here. And you're going to go build a mining station over there. And that'll be the plan. Science ship, science ship. Okay, so I can have someone go and waypoint you there. I can waypoint you here. I was pretty much checking where has the scout fleet been, and those places are safe. And the game is quite helpful for telling you that I encountered a hostile fleet over here, so I'll be avoiding this system. There's also a nice system over here, 16 tile Savannah world. That sounds good. That sounds very good. Speed things up a little bit more.
Anomaly found.
70% failure risk. I swear they've changed the game recently. I'm pretty sure the previous patch did not have such high failure risk in the early game. This is insane. Although again, it's normally level 3. Leave be for now. I'm definitely not doing that.
System survey complete.
Okay, that's nice. So we have a level 1 anomaly over here, level 3 anomaly over here. We'll deal with that in due
Construction
time.
complete.
Cool. Now you have to go and build a mining station over there. Okay, habitable world survey. This thing, you may as well do it. Pretty much all you have to do is survey a whole bunch of habitable worlds.
Situation log
And
updated.
you get a slight bonus to influence by doing it. You get that in every single game. You can get a more specialized event as well, but that one's like a common event.
System survey complete.
Okay, which one? This one. Okay, that's nice. Are you building yet? Do we have enough resources yet? Yes, we do. Okay, go and build power. I mean, a mine station over here to get some more energy. And after that, you're gonna come. Whoa, what happened? Come over here. And you're going to go build a mine station over this once we have enough minerals. At some point, we also need to start building a small fleet up because we'll get another common event, which is basically space pirates. And they can be pretty nice if you don't deal with them very quickly. Ooh, another planet we can inhabit, colonize. Speaking of which, 52 months, we've got plenty of time to start saving up minerals. Let's speed things up a little more. Okay, one scientist is gaining level, and if I can show you, I believe it was you, I can also go and do this. Stellaris is 42%, so 50% now. So obviously I'll wait for you to level up even more before I even try this. 50% is so insanely high. They definitely changed it recently. It never used to be that high. It used to be, I think, start off in like 20% or 30%. If your level is the same as the anomalies level. Okay, yep, that's nice, I know.
Construction complete.
What construction? Mining station. Okay, that's nice. Construction ship. And by the way, every single time the month ticks over, you actually gain stuff. Like just now. You don't gain resources at any other point in time.
System survey complete.
Okay, good, they're far away. So they are irrelevant. But good to know that we have to avoid these two systems. Or possibly this fleet is the same fleet that happened to be in this system as well. It's really annoying when they patrol like that, because you don't know if that's the same fleet as the one that happens to be here. Science ship, okay, so you have been to all of these places. I'm prioritizing these central systems because you can only build mines in systems within your area of control, and that's what this orange border is. Science ship. Okay, these two we've been to, so you can waypoint onto here, you can waypoint onto here. Anything else? Yep. You can then waypoint over here, and you can waypoint over here. I'm kind of distributing the workload here, so they have the same amount of workload queued up. In a way, it doesn't really matter about these faraway systems. What's that?
Situation log updated.
What's that? Oh yeah, these things. So-called gas giant thingies, and basically space squids, and they just go around and they apparently suck the gas out of gas giants. Either way, they're neutral, they don't really matter. They won't attack you or anything unless you attack them. So I can pretty much ignore them. Construction ship.
Anomaly found.
Another anomaly. 40% is still too high. I'm not doing 40%. When is this place growing? I kind of stumped our growth by taking people off the farms. I'm sure that'll be fine, right? Oh, speaking of which, I actually made a slight mistake. My bad. Let's do it now. It's never too late, right? Government. Nope, not government. Demographics. Nope. I'm trying to remember where it is. I thought it's governments. Government. So I'm trying to find it. Edicts. And sectors. Here we go. Found it. Encourage free thought to increase research speed by 10%. I meant to do that since the start of the game, but I screwed up. I'll be turning that off at some point, but because I'm a spiritualist empire, especially at this point in the game, it does not matter. If you look at each of these people, they have negative 18 ethnic divergence. So I can...
Anomaly found.
Ooh, 20%. Yeah, you do that. So I can afford to have a negative even going into mid-game, perhaps even to late game. There's nice thing about spiritualist empires. I actually quite like spiritualist empires. Personally, I'm not very spiritualist. I'm not very religious. But this game has made me appreciate the power of religion.
Anomaly found.
55%? Hell no. So you've scattered out heaps of places now. I don't really have to be in a hurry to send science ships to those places though, because we only have 2 science ships and their workload is really pretty full. Speaking of which, what's this constructor doing? Still building the mine. After he's done the mine, I might send you back over here and build a mine station over here to get enough power, which will allow me to, instead of devoting you here, I can devote you to a farm. Because you're about to come out soon. In fact, next month, if I am not mistaken. Yep, that's fine. Mineral. What's this? The mineral construct, for lack of a better term, a room. Oh, I believe it's an anomaly. Made out of the same type of minerals in common use in the Kingdom of Feliformia. The construct is a hollow isosodehedron. Resonance scans indicate that it is mostly hollow and was likely inhabited at some point in time. Unlike its pristine exterior, the interior is in complete disarray, possibly the result of an intentional act of sabotage. Science officer Brutalbarbarian reports that this makes it difficult to learn anything of value from the construct's insides, but stresses that the engineering techniques involved in creating the outer shell, eminently capable of withstanding the stresses of deep space, must have been tremendously advanced. Okay, so you gain 100 experience and you gain the expertise Voidcraft. Okay, sure, why not? That was probably one of the least useful things you could have gone out of anomaly, but oh well. Pretty much all anomalies have a story to go with it, and I guess I may as well read them out because they could be interesting, although don't ask me to pronounce that shape again because I'm really just failed that one. Encounter an Atlas, okay. One encounter. Atlas. Where? What? What are you going on about? Oh, I see. Okay, this is interesting. You see these little red, the hexagon? Is that hexagon or is that pentagon? No, there's a hexagon. See how the hexagon's red? That means this territory is reclaimed by some empire. Now, if I want to be sneaky, I could totally settle on this continental planet, continental world, except I can't because cats suck. Cats don't suck. Cats hate the continental worlds, the world of the humans. So I can't do that. But if I want to be really sneaky, I could totally colonize this before I make contact with them. It's kind of like a funny little thing you can do in this game. It's kind of like a workaround. Kind of hacky-ish, because once you do make contact, you can't actually colonize this world anymore, so it's kind of weird. You can't colonize a planet in someone else's territory. I mean, that's just common sense. But if you technically don't know that it's someone else's territory, even though this pretty much tells you, you know, you can get away with it. It's just funny. Okay, let's speed things up a little bit. But it's good to know that we have a neighboring empire to our left, like right over here. So what I'll probably do is settle on this planet as soon as I can.
Complete.
Yeah, good. We've done surveying this system. Let's queue up a few more systems to survey. Go survey here. And you can probably see here, I haven't really explained it, but just based on this look, the way a wormhole, what's they called again? Communication established. The artesian trope. Like I said, they kind of like the culture enclave. They're pretty much irrelevant for early game. I mean, they can become useful later, but yeah. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So based on this, the way wormhole travel works is that you have a wormhole station right here. Right here, you have to build them yourself. You get one for free, and the way it works is that the only way you can travel to any other system within its range is you go to a system with a wormhole station and you go to a system. And the only way you can move to any other system that doesn't have a wormhole station, you have to go to a station with... You have to go to a system with a wormhole station, and then you have to go to that system. And you can do that because wormhole stations can either teleport your fleet from where it is to where your destination is, or it can do the vice versa. So create a wormhole between the station and where your ships currently are, and they can teleport back to a wormhole. Hope that makes some sense. Like I said, this game is kind of complicated. And I've been trying to avoid talking into too much details because there's just so much detail you can't go into with this game. Anyway, let's fast forward a little bit more. You notice I'm not building anything else on the planet because we don't have any more spare cats to work with those tiles anyway. Construction ship, what are you currently doing? You are currently, well, you're about to build a mining station on that energy.
Found.
The energy gas giant. Anomaly. Okay, go ahead and research it. So 20% failure. I find that acceptable. That's odd. That one's only 20% failure with. Yeah, this one's 42%. Why the heck is that? That is so weird. It's almost like each anomaly now has a percentage of failure independent on office level, which is weird. That's definitely a recent change. I'm pretty sure that wasn't there before. But anyway, I only have these places left to scale. What I could do once you are done is I can build a wormhole station, say, over here, so you can scout out over here. Until then, the rest of the map is inaccessible to you. And that's the weakness of wormhole stations, is that they can't go where they feel like. They have to go within range of wormhole stations. That said, I think that the benefits of wormhole stations way outweigh its negatives. Hence why I love it. You are currently building that. 32 months remaining. Cool. I'm not going to get any more mining stations up. Unfortunately, it's simply not possible. So at this point, I think what I'm going to do is build a few corvettes, maybe? What's happening? Science officer blah 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 has issued a report indicating that they are not in place. So that's the 3% failure has happened. Okay. Fine, whatever, keep going. So I think what I'm going to do is build a few corvettes. These corvettes, by the way, I can go into here. Right now there's no much point, but where the heck is it? Ship designer. These are the corvettes. And you can choose your module. You can see there's only one choice. And you can choose the components to put into those slots. Now, right now, we have basically nothing researched, so there's really nothing we can do. So I'm not going to change anything from the default design. So let's just build a couple corvettes. We're going to need them for when pirates show up. I'll probably get a fleet of maybe 8 corvettes if I can. And then the rest I'll save up to build a colony ship. 31 months. Colony ship will cost somewhere along the lines of 300 something, which means I'm going to need something like 15 months head start to gather minerals. So we have 15 months before we have to save our minerals for a colony ship. So I'm going to build 3 right now. That'll give us 6, and we'll see how our economic situation changes. Because I might want to build more things with the construction ship, like science stations, and it's probably a good idea to do at some point, but I'm not in a huge rush right now. I think in this early game, I just want to expand as quickly as possible. As far as I know, there is no empire over here.
Construction complete.
So I'm not in as much of a rush to expand this direction. I need to expand here to stop this empire from encroaching on my territory. Okay, construction complete. What did you complete? Oh, okay. That's nice. Go over here. How much more do you have to scout? Okay, only the outlying planets. So you can... we can start waypointing some of these systems up. Okay, so you can go and scout here and here. Although I might change these waypoints around slightly because I want this place to be scouted out ASAP and I want that place to be scouted out ASAP. Basically, any of these colonizable systems, I mean the systems with colonizable planets, take higher priority than the other systems because I can actually do some of those systems. I can't really do some of these other systems yet. As for how this game's going to go down, well, you can see early game is kind of slow. Late game, once you start getting to... once you actually have a proper economy and proper military going, you can actually start fighting massive wars. But until then, you can't really. Right now it's just more about explorations and actual fighting.
System survey complete.
Okay, so right now it looks very economical to sell this planet because we'll get this system within our territory which has 4 minerals. Anyway, Nico, you have completed 3 corvettes. Let's build another corvette. 26 months remaining. I think I'll build 2 more and that'll be it. So we have a small fleet to defend ourselves with. As for you, I'm going to send you over here. Okay, that's fine. The reason that even happens is because while you were orbiting our home planet, you save our maintenance costs, which includes energy and minerals, mostly energy. Okay, what's happening now? Scout fleet only has 3 planets left. Once the scout fleet is done, what I might do is just have you stay home for a little while. I'm not desperate. I'm not desperate to explore further right now because we have plenty of planets we can colonize. I don't think there's much point trying to expand our horizons further than what we can really deal with. So, like I said, once you're done, come back over here and we can prepare for the power fleet to show up. Speed things up a little bit. Yeah, one of the reasons I'm playing on Insane is because I've actually completed Ironman hard already. Twice in fact. So I want to do Insane. I want to complete Insane at some point. And this is a good opportunity to do it. And it looks like this empire is expanding their borders even more. I'm not sure where their home planet is. Possibly this one. If that's one planet. If that's one system still. They may have colonized the second system already. Okay, yep, it was that one. So they haven't colonized any second systems as far as we know. They might make contact soon, but it's up to them because I'm not going to do it. It's almost a point for me to do it. Okay, that's nice.
Anomaly found.
Oops, I do want to do that. 30% is acceptable. Acceptable. I sound like Bradford now. 1 loss. Acceptable. Okay, you are done. So what I'm going to do is combine these 2 fleets together again. So a scout fleet is going to combine back into a first star fleet. And I will assign a leader to it when we actually need a leader. For now, it's just going to sit here doing nothing. We're paying maintenance costs, but it's a necessary cost, unfortunately. As for here, we are getting energy credits. I mean, we're getting a new population here soonish. I'm not going to build a new. I'm not going to build a new mine for energy. Not that I can actually. Oh, I could actually in Golden Glow. There's a free mine spot over there. I'm not going to. So construction ship, come over here. Research station. Do I want to do that? 19 months remaining. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's build this. The energy situation will resolve itself soon. Right now, energy is not a big deal, so I don't mind going slightly into the red. As long as you don't actually go into the red. If energy ever hits 0, you're screwed. End of story. You do not ever want energy to hit 0. Let's see where else I want to explore. You're currently exploring there. Where are you currently? Okay, well, I'm going to change what you're doing slightly. Oh. While attempting to open the docking hatch, we found TLDR 915. The cat taco accidentally caused a tremor inside the asteroid. Unfortunately, Science Officer Brutalbarbarian has deduced that this is likely to the destruction of the asteroid's interior. Well, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Looks like I've actually got both ships wanting to come here. That's unfortunate. I can't screw the other one up, but it's not too big a deal. So go survey the system. After you're done, this is what's actually going to happen. So you're currently surveying this system, so go survey this system. Let's redo these waypoints. And then I'm going to survey these systems around here. While you, once you're done with that, I want you to go and survey this system here, this system here, 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 and here. And let's continue. Let's do a few more. You can do this one, and you can go and do this one. I don't particularly care about systems that's already under someone else's control because there's no benefit for us surveying it. At least there's minimal benefit. I would say no benefit, just not much. Once you're done with that, I think 17 months remaining, we can probably spend some money still, some minerals. I'm used to calling that money. So once you're done with that, come to over here and build a research station on that. As for here, how many more days left? Plus 1.4 per month, so we're looking at something like 5 or 6 months. Okay, that's good. You are now level 3, which means I could probably bring you back. If I remember right, there was another anomaly. There's 2 anomalies over here. Which is 25% and 30%. So what am I to do with you? What are you currently doing? Okay, I know I did some elaborate waypointing for you already, but once you're done with that, come over here and do these anomalies. Not this one, this one. Do the anomalies. So 25%, I'll take it, and I'll take the 30% as well. And then, what's your chances on this anomaly here? 35%. Let's not do 35%, 20%, and then go ahead and do this one afterwards. And then I'll consider what to do with you after that. Hopefully you will level up a little bit by then, but if you don't, I think what I would do is, you know what, just keep checking these places out. Okay. Wow, what are you doing? Okay, you're doing this, and then you're coming over here. Okay, so speed things up a little bit.
Found.
2%. Yeah, do a 2%. That's what I'm talking about. 2% failures, not freaking 20% failures. Much nicer. Of course, as we all know, XCOM exists in this world, and well, not in this particular world, but in our world at least. And sometimes the game can screw you over, even with 2%. Because that always happens. Okay, over here, the next
System
population
complete.
Doesn't truly matter. At some point, I'll convert this planet into a research station. That or energy station. I haven't chosen yet. An amusement park. Okay. The structures on Beta Corvi 2 are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science officer Ganbarian notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn from, much from, and that to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been cutting-edge sensor array, or even a gigantic art installation. Modern art, best thing ever. Regardless, to us Felidae, it looks mostly like a place where you will take your young and let them amuse themselves. So we gain some society research and engineering research. That does mean this is going to be pushed forward by 6 months, which means I may want to cancel this. 6 months, 5 months, 5 months, 5 months. I think I have to cancel this. Otherwise we're not going to have enough minerals for a colony ship when it comes. Because of that. It's not sure a bad thing, but it does throw a small wrench in our works. So where is Dop? Yep, now we definitely have the resources to build a colony ship. You can stay here for now. Okay, so these scientists have level up. That's nice. This is about to be completed in 1 month. Unfortunately, we can't really take advantage of that yet. I mostly chose that because I want to go further down engineering mostly because of stuff like this, improved spaceport. And what that was an upgrade. In fact, let me show you in a second. So a little bit improved spaceport. Now here, one of the things I can build is a basic science lab, and basic science lab gives you one of each research type: physics, society, and engineering. And what that was is you can upgrade the basic science lab to specialize in one of these three, in this case engineering, and I value engineering more during the early game.
System survey complete.
Because I want to get stuff like improved spaceport amongst other things. There are like 5 levels of improved spaceports. Let's speed things up a little bit, because we are about to start building colony ships, and I think I will stop there once we have colony ship building. Saving game.
Research complete.
Awesome. Okay, so let's select research here. Ooh, definitely going for this. Plus 5% research speed. As for this, I don't particularly care about these. I mean, that's kind of nice, but I think I'm going to go for this for extra influence. I'm going to build a colony ship, 345. So that was the right decision to cancel the science lab above the star. And I'm going to leave it at that. So please let me know what you thought about this episode, how I can change things around to make things a bit more, let's say, exciting or engaging, if you found particular parts boring or anything, and if you want me to explain further into detail about stuff in general. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time for more Stellaris. Oh, and of course, if you want to recommend a title for this series, go right ahead. I'm open to suggestions. Anyway, until next time, see you.